are at the range. First thing I want to cover for you is you notice that the weapon is unloaded, change of flag's inserted. Okay? We're going to go over some of the basics that we're going to fire as far as position. Now, one of the first positions you're going to fire is a standing, either supported or unsupported. Remember, I told you I was going to tell you about the sling. Notice the sling across my back allows the weapon to hang down directly in front of me. Okay? You can use your sling for most of the course of fire. However, you cannot take your support hand and wrap it all up to be prepared before you go to shoot. Okay? Whenever you call up to the line and you get ready to fire, when you go to get in your position, then you can grab and use the sling for support. In this case, I don't really use it, so I'm not going to. One of the first positions you have is just your standard standing. Now, when it says standing unsupported, it means your support arm is not resting against your body anywhere. It is just out holding it. That is an unsupported standing position. Now, if it says supported position, that means this arm can be tucked in, rested on your hip, and you can aim in downrange. It's a supported standing position. Now, in some of the courses of fire, they're going to call for a kneeling position. There are 3 kneeling positions that are out there. One being a strong side kneeling. I'm right-handed, so that means my strong side knee goes to the ground. Okay? Other hands up, your elbows will rest on your body or on your knees so that you can take a good position. Now, it may call for a weak side kneeling. And all I have to do in this case is I change to where my strong side knee is now up. Okay? In some of the courses of fire, it will require you to do a double kneeling. And double kneeling is nothing more than both knees on the ground, ready to fire. In one of the other courses of fire, and you're going to see when we talk about the stages, it calls for a prone, a conventional prone. All that means is laying on the ground straight towards the target. Okay. Now, one of the things to remember with the action rifle match is anytime you go to raise from a lowered position, be it sitting, kneeling, standing, you must scan and assess the area when you stand up. In other words, as I go to get up, I must look to the left, to the right, and behind me as I come up assessing the area. This is a defensive skill you have to learn. Now, one of the most stable that you'll have as far as positions is prone. The next highest one will be your sitting. Now, sitting can be one of 3 ways. Normally, people think of just sitting down, just sit down on the ground. And you just sit down. This is a cross-legged sitting position. Completely acceptable. Your backside's on the ground, your feet are touching the ground, your elbows can rest right in the pockets of your knees. That's a cross-legged sitting position. You can also shoot in what they call an open sitting position. That's nothing more than your legs being open. Okay? Same type of position, elbows still resting in the knees, feet spread apart. Now, a variation of that, and the third that you might feel comfortable shooting and you might want to shoot, is a crossed ankle sitting position. That is nothing more than crossing my ankles and still firing from a seated position. Okay. Now, remember I talked about the magazine pouches. When you're in this position, if you don't have a magazine pouch and you're carrying that magazine in your pocket, in order to do a reload, you're going to have to dig to get to your magazine to put it in. However, with magazine pouches properly attached to your belt, or in my case it's right along my thigh, I can get it and never leave target to put a magazine in. And again, as we go to stand up, assessing the whole area as we stand up. This is the target we will fire on. This is an NDM-1 target produced by the National Rifle Association. Now, for each one of our stages, you will be told what target you're going to fire on, whether it's white, red, blue, yellow, or green. And you will also be told by location, whether it's the center target, upper left, upper right, so on and so forth. Now, if you notice in each one of these color fields, there is a black tombstone. That is your bullseye. It'll be worth 5 points. Now, surrounding that tombstone, notice this black line. This black line designates the next scoring ring. It is worth 4 points. Now, outside of that black line, but still located within the color, will be worth 2 points. So a round impacting right here on a white target would be worth 2 points. A round impacting on a different color target or a complete miss of the target will score 0 points.